My little kitchen. Got some ramen. Some little pot sticker like dudes. Doing alright. You better believe it. Oh, I wish we had smell-o-vision. Oh dear God. Whew. Yep. Repping the Japan jersey. Yeah, you like that? Yeah, maybe someday, you know. Maybe someday. Yeah, we got the sports festival coming up. So we're allowed to wear sports attire to school. Thank goodness, because it's so hot. I know I wanted to say a little bit about the recruiting process for Interac because several people have asked me about it. I can't really compare it to other programs. I've heard from friends that mainly the JET program, it's a pretty long process. But with Interac, when I was doing research, I was pretty impressed with their, I guess you could call it, reaction time. I sent in my application online, filled it out. Awesome. Click submit. Awesome. Okay, the next day, somebody called me and says, hey, we received your application. Let's set up a phone interview. Oh, awesome. All right, that's pretty fast. So set up a phone interview, do well on that, and then they tell me, okay, we have a seminar coming up. We need you to attend the seminar, and then after that, there will be a demo lesson. And then after that, there is an interview. And then, so I had to send in a bunch of paperwork, which is really not that difficult. You should really have your transcripts on hand, your resume on hand. All those things should be readily available, especially once you graduate. If you're actively looking for jobs, you should probably have that all prepared because any serious job is going to want to know that you are who you are and, you know, your history, things like that. So we get to the seminar, which is pretty much, they told us what it's going to be like in Japan, the work hours, you know, how they're going to set up the health benefits, things like that, important stuff. And so that was the seminar, and then we had the demo lesson, which everybody freaks out about, me included. But, because I mean, you're going to be a teacher, right? You're probably at some point going to have to get in front of people and teach. At some point. I'm almost positive that's going to happen. But everybody was freaking out about it. Just practice. You'll be okay. So there's a demo lesson, then the interview. My group was very, very small. We had 6 people in our seminar group, in our interview group, in our demo lesson group. So it was very, I wouldn't say low pressure, but it was a very relaxed atmosphere. And that helped tremendously. The fact that there wasn't 300 people in the room and we'd already gotten to know each other by the time we were going to do the demo lessons. And I mean, it was really friendly, and I don't want to say laid back because you might think of that in a negative way, but it was definitely more relaxed than I was expecting, and that was very welcome. So after that, they told me, send off your demo lesson to Japan, and within about 3 weeks, they'll contact you. The third week for me happened to be Golden Week, so obviously they're not working, so I had to wait about a month. But it was on the same day I got a response. Kevin, offer of employment. Print this out, sign it, scan it, email it back right away. Done in like 15 minutes. I was like, this is it. Got to get this taken care of. So sent that back. And there's some more documents that had to go back and forth, but it's really nothing too difficult. I mean, you're going to a foreign country, so you have to have your visa. Make sure you have that. International driving permit, kind of handy. But other than that, it's really a no-brainer process. You just follow instructions. They have everything set up for you. You cannot possibly fail. Don't be dumb is pretty much rule number one. And that goes for a lot of things. Because as an ALT, we are kind of in the spotlight, especially if you don't look like a Japanese person. You are definitely in the spotlight at all times. Every time you shut the door to that apartment and you go outside, people are looking at you. They're curious. It's not like they're, ooh, what's that person doing? Ugh. They're just curious. So they watch you. Huh. Oh, look. Somebody who's not from around here. I wonder what they're doing. Oh, look. Oh my gosh. It does happen. I go to the shopping mall, and on three separate occasions, 2 of them, I saw my students that go to my school. And, hello, Kevin Sensei. Oh, hello. Nice to see you. Yeah, high five. They're with their parents, so I talk to the parents. Ah, hajimemashite. Watashi wa Shizuma desu. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Third occasion, I didn't actually see the kid, but he came up and told me at school, hey, I saw you at Aeon Town doing this. And I'm just thinking, okay, awesome. Like, that's fantastic. Constantly under watch. But that's because my town's a little bit smaller. I'm not in Tokyo or any of the big cities around that area. I'm in Ibaraki Prefecture, Moriya City. So it's kind of a little more on the small townish side. So it's a little more close-knit, you know. A lot of people know people from other schools, which is kind of scary sometimes. I went to KFC. Don't kill me. I didn't just get fried chicken. I got some, I don't even know what it was called. Okay, got my food, went home. The next day, the very next day, one of the teachers came up to me, and apparently her older daughter works at the KFC, and that's how she knows that I went to KFC. So it's like there is a whole network of people who are spying on you. No, of people who are aware of you and who you are and where you work and things like that. So you kind of have to be aware of what you're doing and where you're doing it. Not saying I do anything stupid, but if I were, it wouldn't be around here because I know that, you know, someone's cousin's older sister's friend who works at, you know, the bike shop could see me and then tell somebody, and that's just, things get around. Apparently they love to gossip here in Japan, and I'm not surprised because I haven't, not that I've been victim to it, but I've experienced it already. And regarding the actual teaching of the classes, one of the most important things that I cannot stress enough is the very first lesson. At least in my school, I'm the only English teacher. We have 1 ALT per school. I only have 1 school. And I am the dedicated English teacher. So the only time they're learning English is when I'm in the classroom. So it's very important the first day to assess the level of the students. It wasn't until this past week where my lessons have been a little more fine-tuned, but it's just really important to gauge the level of the students. Otherwise, they're not going to learn. So that's pretty much it.